following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
Welcome everyone to the new episode of 5-Minute Warning. It is your man, Ruben, in the house, as we always do. And of course, beside me, with me, chilling in the house with me, is I got my boy Mo B.
What's going on, man?
And the man on the ones and twos, AG.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
Oh, man, how y'all living?
You are not talking through your interface, sir.
Crap.
Yeah, you really are. You're echoing all over the place.
Apologize.
I thought you were just trying to have dramatic effect with the echo. Like,
there's nothing dramatic about what we're doing.
Echo.
Says the editor. He's like, hey, ain't nothing dramatic about me having to clean all that up.
A whole lot of irritating, sir.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's why he's on the ones and twos, and I'm not. So, but great. I'm glad that everyone's here for a brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. Of course, the first thing I do want to mention is everybody can touch in the top of the corner. Our sponsor, JTD Creations, wants you
They do
to
cups
join.
too?
What?
I didn't know they did cups.
Yeah,
They do.
They do everything.
Bruh, they do everything. Anything you want put up is awesome. And if you scan that QR code in the top, I guess, your left
Can you give
corner.
Can you give the audience that bigger? The QR code? Can you give it bigger?
No.
Oh. Because I don't think any phone in the world is gonna get that QR code right now.
Yeah, well. All I gotta do is scan on it, and they can join. If they go ahead and subscribe to that Facebook page, they will get into the running to get a free Stanley Cup of what you want to put on it. They're awesome. They do shirts, they do cups, they do hats, they do damn near anything. They'll put stuff on your baby if you want it, but don't do that because there are laws against that. So
CPS.
Most definitely. But once again, JTD Creations, they are a sponsor of 5-Minute Warning. Please scan that QR code. Please join their Facebook. And of course, hey, if you need shirts and stuff, holla at them. They got you. Now, with all that being said, how y'all gentlemen doing this week?
Well, I have some things to say.
Oh, shit. We starting the show off, and you got shit to say.
I'm just saying, it took me a while because I was sick. It took me a while to get to the show. So when I did get to it, by the way, Mo, your use of fraudulent was hilarious.
I don't know when I said fraudulent, but tell me why it was hilarious.
Because it's like when somebody says fraudulent, it means you promised to do something you didn't do and had no intentions of doing. It was deceitful, all the things, but that context, and I forgot what it was now, but I just remember because it's the intro. It was freaking hilarious. And I was like, this dude is just funny. That's the first thing. Second thing is how people out here calling mistresses wifey.
Hey, bro, thank you.
What in the world, man?
I told him, I said, bro, you got to stop. We can't anonymous source this. You know what I'm saying? He was like, they do. And I'm like, I need to know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know who they are.
On this.
We don't know who they are. Y'all didn't know who they were?
I mean, I've heard black dudes do it. I've heard it.
Look, man, like what Ruben was saying, I can understand that because I have a close friend that's a female at work that I don't say this because I'm afraid it might offend my wife. My wife says that she's my work wife. She says she's my work wife. And that's cool because I'm married happily. She's married happily, but we just tight. We work together, all the things, whatever. But when you start introducing side chicks and labeling them, even in a friendly way, wife, no, you're not wifey. I'm cheating on my wife with you. And I'm calling
that's
you
why
wifey.
AJ, I'm with you, and I'm so glad that you, because I know you could feel the angst in my voice. Because I was just like, bro, no, ain't nobody out here doing that, bro. Like, you might be referring to your significant other as wifey. You might be referring to the person that you're trying to delay the inevitable decision that you don't want to actually have to make by calling them wife. I was with him on all those terms, but when he was like calling your side chick wifey, I'm like, nah, nigga, there's no part of the game that says that's okay.
No.
I
was like, I don't really get offended when people like curate institutions. But that time, I was like, y'all have gone a bridge too far. What in the world?
That's why I said I was offended by that. Like, I know I'm not normally the pearl clutching person, but when he was like, dudes out here calling they side chicks wifey, I was like, what are we doing? Like,
exactly. What is doing this?
Man, I'm like, yo, that is savagery. Like, that is dirty work. That is dirty work right there.
That I couldn't believe it, man.
I don't believe it. And
I'm not saying that you were part of this.
I was like, yo, I'm not saying that Ruben's lying. I'm simply saying I don't believe him. And those are two different statements.
I absolutely believe people are doing that because that's what people do. But
I don't want to. I'm admitting that what it is I just don't want to believe.
Oh, so you just don't want to accept the fact that this is true.
See, AG, no, it'll never be true to me because I don't want it to be.
So wait a minute. So it's not even true that people are actually doing something diabolical?
AG, I have never in my life heard or experienced anybody calling their side chick wife, and because I haven't heard it, I'm happy that way. That's where I want to live. That's where I want to live.
But thank you, AG.
I want to live in that space.
Thank you, AG, for saying that you've heard people do that shit.
No, actually, I haven't. I was offended that people are doing it.
Oh, they're doing it.
Like I said, it's almost like 50 years ago. I don't think anybody, 60 years ago and back, I don't think anybody would have called the person that they're courting wifey, because you're not.
Well, and that's the whole point.
It's that serious. It's like, no, we're not doing this.
Nobody said that shit until Next said it. And then once that shit came out, next thing you know, it's my wifey over there. What about what's her face? Oh, she at the crib.
No, but I will say,
I ain't never heard nobody refer to their side chick as wifey. That's all I'm saying.
But I will say this: I went to try to find something on Instagram to highlight that part because it slapped me in my face when I heard it. But I couldn't find anything quite right except for the one little blip I did put on there, which was hilarious. Yeah, but one person did like outline something that made a lot of sense, and this has always been true. Your mistress is everything your wife doesn't have time to do. And for that reason, I will sort of kind of allow it, because the other thing that I feel like is being a real wife is a real inconvenience to regular ass women. It's like they don't want to have babies. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that, but they expect you to do everything. They really want a life that's free. And there's no such thing on this earth, but that's what they want. If you really break it down, women like what we're talking about, I'm not talking about my wife. I'm not talking about Winter. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about like real women. I'm talking about regular, like
hoes.
Not even hoes. It's like you can't be a hoe if you ain't out there giving it up for real. It's like
new age chicks, man. It's just these new age chicks, man.
Okay, let's say that.
Yeah, the new age chicks.
They don't want to do anything. Everything
they want a husband that doesn't require them to be a wife.
Exactly. Like I said this early on in the life of this show, to be a real husband nowadays, you have to be prepared to do 120% of your job and 50% of her job. And that number may change depending on how she feels that day. Because she could certainly get on Instagram and say, well, my husband need to do this, that, and the other, whatever. And actually, I want to bring up something I would have brought up last week that I wouldn't hear, is the fact that I want to let all y'all know that this kind of behavior has become a side hustle for women now. Women are making money telling other women that your husband ain't nothing. That I think that the term is decentering. And I'm sitting here going, okay. And I follow one of these women so I can just keep up with what's going on. Some of the stuff she says is absolutely true. But in context, or in my context, when I listen to it to a certain degree, I'm like, I ain't heard nothing that you ain't doing. How come this nigga always wrong? And if he that wrong, why you married to him? And if I asked a woman to do 1% of what she's asking a man to do, and talk to a woman like she's talking to a man, I wouldn't be married anymore. Because at the end of the day, most women can't stand to be talked to the way they talk to us. Not even close. I guarantee you, if you want a divorce, go talk to your wife like she talked to you for a couple days. You will get served at your job because she can't stand it. So I'm just letting you know that this is the new side hustle. Your man ain't nothing. You need to fix him. Blase, blase, blah.
Well, the whole fixing man shit's been around for.
I hear you, but it's never been a side hustle. That's the thing that right now, that's what I'm seeing. And I'm like, wow, this is where we're going. Okay. And the last thing I wanted to say with regard to all of this is a question to y'all. I'm not really sure if it's true because I didn't do any research past what I heard. But I will say this. Apparently, China, in a divorce proceedings, a woman can't take something that's not hers. So if she came in with negative net worth, she's going to leave with negative net worth minus gifts. What do you think the landscape in America for relationships or marriages would be like if women knew going in that if I came in here flipping burgers and dipping fries in hot grease, I'm going to leave flipping burgers and dipping fries in hot grease because I'm not going to be able to take this man's money. I'm not going to be able to take this man's pension. I'm not going to be able to do anything. And I might not get the kids based on what I've done or not done because this is all performance based. What do you think the landscape of relationships, just relationships, would be like and marriages would be like with this rule in place as legislation that has passed? Whatever.
Okay, I have no research to confirm anything.
Me neither. It's just a question. Just a question.
But I'm saying, based on the scenario that you just laid out right there, if that was the case, I'm going to be 100% honest, and I'm going to say so many women would be getting abused in our country just based on the landscape of how men are in this country. If that was like to just flip and be that way, all the stories that women say about these niggas ain't shit would 100% become true.
Okay.
Because guys, look, as much as we talk about the things that women don't do in relationships, I am fully capable of saying men ain't shit at our core. At our core, like men with power, we've talked about this before, men with power never leads to anything good. And that landscape that you just described right there is just giving men all the power. Nah, man. Like, women abuse their relationship power in our culture as it stands now for personal gain a lot. But men would just be savagery with it. Like it would just be awful. Now, what I will say is, and I'm going to use this phrase and I'm going to say it and I'm going to mean it the way I say, bitches would be a lot more careful about the niggas they ended up with, though. I will say that you would have to really think about this whole, it wouldn't be a whole bunch of women out here doing the whole Cinderella love at first sight thing. Cause like, hey, you picked the wrong one of these, like your ass out back for real.
The Notebook would not exist.
Is it out back or is it just leaving with what you had? Because if that's the case, they were already out back.
You see, here's the thing, AG. When you say just leaving what you have, that's like a cutoff point. But what will end up happening is that woman that you described that was flipping burgers and everything, that ran into a guy that was quote unquote thought was her Prince Charming, now would have years of probably not working for real, not doing anything to better, being able to better herself. Now she also has kids and she has all these other things. So it's not that she just leaves with nothing. AG, she's not able to leave. Period. Like the idea of being able to leave just doesn't exist anymore. And that's where I'm saying that's where it gets dangerous. When now you've eliminated the ability for them to have the resources to get out. That's like as much as I'm sure some guys are like, oh man, that's fucking awesome. It's like, yeah, that's awesome if you're not a piece of shit person.
Yeah, those guys are probably piece of shit people.
Yeah, if you're like me, for me, I would be like, hey, that's awesome for somebody like me, because you know what I'm also not trying to do, even if I don't want to end up being with this person, I don't want her fucking life to be awful. I'm not built to be like, I want her fucking life to be awful.
Okay.
Unless she did some dirty ass shit.
But a lot of guys are built that way. See, here's the thing, Ruben. Even if she did some dirty ass shit, I just don't want her in my life no more. That's where my bitterness as a human being goes. Like, oh, you did some fucked up shit that I can never forgive, and I don't want to be around you. I need you out of my life. I'm not saying I want your life to be miserable from now on. I don't. From this moment on, I don't give a fuck about your life, but I don't necessarily want to proactively do anything to make it bad. And there's a lot of people with that power that would do exactly what you just said. Well, you did some dirty shit, so gotcha, bitch.
By the way, I love when y'all say that.
It comes out when it's really apropos.
So yeah, AG, like it is advantageous as that sounds for guys. Like it's like just like, oh man, it's awesome that now I wouldn't have to worry about some chick coming in and financially ruining my life forever because she really wasn't interested in me. She just knew if she got in, she could leave with half. You take that away, it's like, oh, that sounds awesome. But it feels like when they kind of went extreme on this, like now they can't get anything that wasn't theirs before. Like, I don't know. Like, so if I gave you a gift, well, I was giving you gifts. Let's say I'm a rich dude, AG.
Okay.
And I married some broke chick that was doing customer service at Walmart part-time when, you know, she felt like going. And now
a pretty woman.
Yeah, and now she's with me. And I'm like, hey, babe, love you. You ain't got to work. I just want you to take care of household duties. Now, she does that for 5-6 years. Now, she don't want to be with me for whatever reason. Like, she just doesn't want. Now, she's like, I'm going to leave. Well, I was giving her stuff. I was giving her income. I was giving her gifts. I might have gave her a car. I might have done all these stuff. So it's like now she leaves because she doesn't want to be with me. She can't get any of that stuff. And I get it. She didn't work for any of that stuff. But at the same time, I also eliminated her ability to do that because I told her not to.
I understand what you're saying, but
that's what I'm saying. It's a power dynamic. It's not a that decision and that rule is on its face value. The rule that I don't have a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what would happen with guys that have that power. You would use it. I eliminated her, and you could be like, well, she could have worked. Well, not if she wanted to be in this relationship with me. What if I didn't want her to? What if I didn't want her to be able to get her own stuff? I didn't want her to do that. I set up a relationship where she couldn't do that to be with me. And she accepted those terms. I get it. You'd be like, well, she accepted those terms. Yes, she did. But now she doesn't want those terms. So she can't get anything. I get that, but it's kind of a power dynamic now.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I think for me, when I hear that, and at the end, I mean, you set it up where she is the one that doesn't want to be there.
Well, see, once again, that is a if I'm a good guy thing, AG. But what if in that same scenario, I'm like, I was a piece of shit to her this whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
And she doesn't want to be with me anymore. All right, well, too bad. That's what like, the rule isn't the problem. It's just people. You put people.
Well, people are always the issue.
Exactly, AG. But that's what I'm saying. So there is no perfect system. And
you're right. But I did think that was interesting because things have gone like when I was growing up. You know, a woman got half if you cheated, if you slapped her around, and actually, not even really. That wasn't
not
really
even if you
dating
slap it
related.
around a little bit, because I mean, you know,
I'm just saying it took a lot. It took a lot. But you know, like if you just decided you were leaving, she couldn't take all your stuff from you.
Yeah.
I mean, she couldn't take half your pension or all your pension. I mean, now the way things are now. Whew. But anyway, I heard that and I was like, I wonder what it would be like if that was the case. Anyway, I don't want to hijack the show. Those things I had to say since I wasn't there last week. So,
well, I mean, let's go to the question that we have here. So, how did the situation go if the woman had the money before marriage?
no, because see, that's the thing. It's like it's the genderless type of rule. Like a lot of times,
so-
if you're okay, I'll tell you what, Mo. Like
You are
it
what your net
basically
worth
just
is.
says you can only get what you had going in.
right, like Winter.
And like I
if
said,
Winter
on
left
the
right-
surface
if
level, I
Winter-
think the rule's fine.
Because if Winter left right now, but you weren't in the place you are now, you're still in your condo. You bought that condo, but she could make him sell it and give her half of the proceeds. That's not his house anymore. She didn't close on it. She didn't put a down payment on it. She didn't pay anything. She just lived there because they were married. But if she decided to leave at that point before they moved into their house now, then he out back to the tune of 50%. Just because the marriage dissolved. And that's that when I hear legislation like that, that is the first thing I'm talking about. Because just in general, for me, I don't agree with the fact that if you have earned something by yourself, how can someone legally take it from you?
No, I'm with you on that. I don't think there's anything wrong with the
But that
legislation.
goes on so much.
Oh, I know that's I get that. That's why but I'm just simply saying I think that rule is going to get harshly used in favor of men a lot.
Sure, and I agree.
That's my only problem. That's my only thing. I'm just saying, like, the way our system is, 100% is favors the woman, and what that legislation just did is 100% say, "Hey, men, you're good."
Or breadwinner, because this is kind of a genderless thing.
You're right. It's a
like
genderless thing.
Abiaka was like, basically, like if Winter was like the one making all the money, and she met you, and y'all got together, whatever, and then you decide to leave. From the cutoff point is the date y'all got married. What was her net worth then? Okay. Then she climbed to a net worth of X amount of dollars in the years y'all were married. Okay, you can only get half of this at best. You can't get half of everything she earned. And to me, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but that's not how it goes in court now. Somebody can retroactively take half of everything that you have.
Well,
And it's just like there's something
keep saying somebody, but we really mean women. And hear me out. I'm not saying guys haven't taken advantage of it before as well, but we're just saying traditionally, and this is going to sound probably slightly controversial, but women with a lot of money don't marry niggas with less.
true. That's true.
It just don't happen.
Not unless you get married and then all of a sudden she blows up.
Exactly.
But usually no.
Yep.
So I totally get that. But yeah, I just want to throw that out there because I thought it was very interesting. I had never thought about it in my entire life.
So yeah, I guess that answers Kibiako's question. Or kind of who would be worse to the spouse, the dude with the money or the man or the woman with the money?
Well, I have experienced women that make more money than men, and it's dicey.
It never goes well.
It does. Because women don't have the responsibility of legacy and provision, and you can tell by the way they talk, especially when they get angry. Like
I did this.
Yeah, a lot of that.
It comes to me instead of us.
I've said it before. There's a whole bunch of women claiming titles that they don't actually want, which is boss bitch. It's like, but bosses are in charge and are responsible for everybody. You're just successful, and there's nothing wrong with it. Hey, be successful, make your bread, but don't call yourself a boss bitch. You're not. You're just successful, because a boss is responsible for everybody else, good, bad, or indifferent.
Do that.
And that's the missing piece. That's always the missing piece. Every time I hear a woman say something like that, it's just like a woman with a man's responsibility is always tired. They don't have the energy. They don't have the stamina. They don't have the mental capacity.
And
every time you're put in that situation,
any man that claims they're tired gets called weak.
See,
that right
actually,
there.
the only time men really get tired is it's a lot of external things. But I never get tired of taking care of my wife. I never get tired of what it takes to do the job correctly. But man, I'm telling you, a woman that's in charge, they always tired and angry.
Well, AG, I want to correct what you just said. You never get tired of doing things for your wife, but you do get tired, and that's the difference. Like men can say they get tired, but as soon as we say we get tired, it gets turned into you're tired of doing your man responsibilities. It's like, no, I'm just tired. I'm not saying I'm tired of doing it. I'm tired. You know,
I'm physically tired.
Well, that's what I was saying when I said there's a lot of external things. Like, I enjoy a day off. I sure do. But do I fundamentally not want to be a dude? Like, did I get up one day and say, man, F this responsibility, foolish. I ain't nobody trying to do this. I need to take care of a grown person. Girl, you need to get a job. What is wrong with you?
Gotta have a JLB to be with me.
I've never, even when I was a kid and I figured out this is the path I wanted to travel, I never got up and said, this is the dumbest thing ever. I never said that. Now, I did say, man, I got to figure this out, bro, because this is where I want to be. Or I got to figure this out because I want to kind of leave a legacy too. I don't have kids per se, but there are some people in my life, right? So it's just like, I never just sat down and got angry with somebody because I was tired. I'm like, but women, man, it's just like, they always tired. And then they talk about down with the patriarchy in the same sentence. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But okay, if that's what you want to say, I'm just trying to avoid it all because it ain't worth talking to anymore.
AG, I'm gonna let you know, man. I heard somebody say it today, and I thought that shit was brilliant. Women only hate two things, AG.
What's that?
Getting what they want and not getting what they want.
Jesus Christ.
That is the truest word.
I was like, bro, that shit is awesome. Women only hate two things, dog. Getting what they want and not getting what they
exactly.
want.
Jesus.
I mean, could you imagine? This is like down with the patriarchy as you taking money from a dude to say this. You've been home all day making videos as a dude is out there making that money so you can do it. And you talk about down. What in the world are you saying right now? But again, we're not allowed to question women. We're just not. But I will say, when women try to be my equal, it's a whole lot of I'm tired. That's all I'm saying. Even women that are making a lot of money, the stress of carrying an entire family comes out different.
Once again, that's why I say success and boss, two
totally different
titles.
Yes.
They're just two different titles. And I'm not belittling anybody for whatever title you're a part of. Like, if you're successful, more power to you. You're making money, doing all the things, you're accomplishing all your cool. Stop calling yourself a boss, though, because as soon as you have to do for somebody else, or as soon as you have to take care of somebody else, like, you're upset about it. That's not a boss. That's just, you're just not a boss. It's okay. Everybody ain't built to be a boss. True. I'm not built to be a boss because I don't give a fuck about enough people to be a boss. I'm just not.
You stop lying. You know you.
No. About enough people. About enough. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. What I say?
Thank you for that correction, sir.
Okay, AG, what I say is I'm not built to be a Fortune 500 boss. I'm a small business owner at best. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it.
So you gonna have your corner store and you good?
I'm good. I'm good. Give me my 2 or 3 employees. I make sure they are good.
Moby's Grocery.
Hey, gonna sell penny candies. Just saying, man. But anyway, that's all I had, bro.
That's all good. It's all good. But it's interesting we talk about this because that goes right into the question of the day. Who holds grudges longer, men or women?
People. I'll start off my answer with this right there.
People.
I know we love to do these battle of the sex comparisons, but I'm gonna simply say people. And the reason I say people is because, man, I know some women that have held some grudges forever. I know some men that hold grudges forever. I promise you, the idea of hold grudges is strictly based on the person, and whether they have a penis or don't have a penis generally doesn't have that much to do with it. It's really just the person. Some people are just built for grudges, and some people are just better at being like, I ain't got time to stay there with that anger. So I don't. I would love to give an answer that men hold a grudge more or women, but I just can't. Like when I really sat and thought about it, I'm just like, bro, it's a people thing, man. It's not a male versus female thing. At least in my opinion, this question is not a male or female do it better. It's now I will say women hold louder grudges than men. They say women hold louder grudges than men, but I promise you, for as loud as a woman is with a grudge, there's a nigga that ain't saying shit that holds just as much.
You're not wrong there.
So that's my answer on that.
All right, thank you. AG.
Yeah, I'm with Mo 90% of the way. The 10% is if I'm answering the question in the spirit of the question, it's still equal, but the nuance is like Mo said, it's like the expression of the grudge. Like a woman can hold a grudge and you'll hear about it every time she gets angry. And it could be angry about, like, she can hold a grudge because you say you called her out her name one time. Serious offense. I understand, but she's still mad about it. She could be in an argument with you because you didn't take the trash out. And she'd be like, and that's right, because people that call women bitches don't take the trash out. And here we go again.
You're right.
You're like, damn, that was 86.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was 12.
Exactly.
But that's when
I
you
was
come
12,
back
and you were acting like, we got facts. You actually were acting like one that
And
day.
that's all day. She was, but see, this is the distinction. I'm glad you said that, because this is the distinction. She said, well, a dude would say, and this will get him into more trouble. A dude would say, well, you were acting that way. I didn't say that you were. Doesn't matter. She just gets more angry. So that's the nuance that makes women feel like they want it. But like Mo said, men are the same way. We just don't say anything. If we hold a grudge against a dude, we might not say it. Like if I was mad at you, I would probably just stop. And you would be like, dude, what's wrong? None, I'm good. You gonna be on the show? Nah, I'm good. And just not do the show anymore. Never tell you why. Just be like, just gone. Just ghost you.
Yeah, we call those bitch moves.
I understand that, but what I'm saying to you is what
it's not always a bitch move to do that. because sometimes men logically process conflict based on like benefit, and it's like, is this conflict beneficial for me to get into, or if I just don't deal with this situation anymore, what do I need to address a situation I'm not going to be in it anymore? Like guys do that a lot in relationships too. Like women will be like, we go, there's a lot of things that might bother me in this relationship, but you start to realize, is this really worth my time in this conflict? Because nothing is going to change this. So I might as well just not address it, because for what?
Yeah.
For what?
Yep.
That's fair.
So, and then, like I said, man, it's human beings hold grudges or they don't. Like my wife couldn't hold a grudge if I gave her a bucket. She couldn't hold one. So it's like, but at the same time, if you take her there, she's never coming back. She'll just snap. She'll never come back. So it's like, pick your poison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's a human thing. It's a human thing. So, but like I said, at the same time, women have license to do some very disrespectful things and say some very disrespectful things because they're holding a grudge, and they don't ever have to let it go. They don't ever have to let it go.
Dog and a bone.
So it's a very interesting question because it's not cut and dry. It's genderless. However, there are nuances. By the way, my wife says, she said, what y'all talking about tonight? I said, what gender holds grudges the longest? And she was like, Ruben.
See, she acknowledges it too. It's a person thing. It's not a male or female thing.
Because
because
she was like, "Man, Ruben's so petty. He petty as hell." And I was like,
Ruben is petty as hell.
not wrong. Not wrong. Because I don't even know if she might have heard the show where you laid this out and you told us exactly what I'm telling you as a truth. And I was like, I don't know if she's ever heard, but she was like, yeah, Ruben all day. All day.
Ruben all day is the answer to that question.
Yes.
But to answer this question, I'm gonna even it up. I'm gonna say guys, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's not all guys. There's one particular type of guy. Old black men. Old black men hold grudges for goddamn decades, man.
And I agree with you, but I'll say, but what I said is true. Old black men hold grudges. You just might not hear about it. Now, it don't mean that you can't bring it out.
Oh yeah.
And then you're surprised when you do bring it out. Like you're surprised when you bring something up and they have this reaction. You're like, damn, I didn't even know you was mad.
Hey, then it's like what Moby said like 5 minutes ago. We was 12.
Well, but it's not even that, right? Because like, let's be real. Like back in the day, like the 30s, 40s, old black men hated white people.
I agree.
They talk to him. How you doing, sir? Whatever. Doing the step and fetch or whatever. They walk away. Fuck that, whatever word they like to call them, all day. And I know, and it's funny, right? We bring me up as far as petty. You're right. I'm petty as all get out. And the older I get, the pettier I get. So I know I'm about to be that. Like I'm working my way up to that because I see it in myself. Like, bro, and the cool thing about having grudges, man,
there's something cool about killing a grudge.
You started a sentence with the cool thing about having grudges.
I said it.
I didn't know holding a grudge had an upside.
There is an upside. I'm gonna tell you what the upside is. Most grudges that people such as myself hold, aren't grudges that are everyday grudges. However, when that shit pops up, floodgates. Because that's how old dudes are. That's how old black dudes are. It's like floodgates, man. And it's just like, next thing you know, damn, Ruben, I didn't know it was like that. It's always been like that. Fuck them. Like,
see, but I don't know if that's I get your thing where you're saying it's an old black guy thing. I think when old black guys bring their grudges out, they've been quiet about it for so long that you're that much more surprised when they speak. But I think that's just a man thing, because I'll give you an example, a real 5-minute warning example. Me and you, Ruben, me and you, have talked for a long time.
Yep.
We've had a whole bunch of random conversations.
Yep.
And when you brought up that Tyler Perry movie and AG went into his unleashing his grudge, we were both like, damn, dog, we didn't even know you felt that way.
Yeah,
that's a grudge. That's how men hold their grudges.
Yep.
We didn't know he felt that way. He probably knew it, but never would say anything. And as soon as that bear was poked, it was like, oh, well, let me tell you about this motherfucker. Like, and it just
because that's exactly what happened.
Possibly one of the greatest episodes ever.
Bruh. That's exactly what. Because I remember
grudges.
I was sitting in the chair and you had sent the notes out and I instantly lost it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so good.
That's how men hold grudges. Men hold grudges in silence. It's in silence. Now, it's not silent forever. It's like, yo, we not trying to unleash this grudge, but it can come. Like if you want it to be here, it'll be here.
just like whenever somebody mentions the Notebook. You lose it.
You goddamn right. You know what I'm saying? Like
that clip you saw that you sent, fucking hilarious. Right?
That Tyler Perry moment is in the FMW Hall of Fame.
Oh, most definitely. That's one of the greatest. That is literally one of the greatest segments ever in history. For 5-minute warning history, by far.
I have never looked at Tyler Perry the same again. Oh my goodness.
Hey Ruben, I gotta ask you a question. How many years have we been doing this podcast?
6.
So in 6 years of doing this podcast, do you know I'm still weirded out every time you refer to one of our conversations as a segment? Like it's one of the greatest segments, and it's always weird to me. Like I don't know,
That's
I don't know
weird.
when it will. I don't know when it will stop being
That's
because
TV talk, baby.
I get it, but like I will never. I don't know. Maybe I just never view this podcast. It's in segmented form. Like to me, it's just like we were talking, and this is what happened. You're like in that segment. I'm like, why are we calling this conversation a segment? I get it. I'm just saying. I just thought it was weird as you said it. I'm just like I'm still weirded out when we do podcasts and TV terms. Like,
Well, I mean, got to keep up the stuff. And Moco Cowboy's completely right, man. Ruben is not a young black man
No,
at all by any means. But I've been this petty since.
I don't know. I think your petty game has risen. Actually,
well,
Well,
he admitted that
No,
he gets pettier as he gets older.
that's
I didn't-
true. He did say that.
Basically, he's getting better at being petty.
I didn't realize I was petty until I was like 19, 20. But then I didn't understand the amount of petty that I was. Like, truly. Like, that's when about 20 is when I learned that I hold grudges. Like, because I never really had a reason to hold a grudge. But around like 19 and 20, oh yeah. Like, when I got my first, like, solid, I'm not fucking talking to you because you said some crazy shit to me. Yeah. I don't know what that crazy shit was to this day. And whatever. And when I didn't talk to somebody for about 4 weeks and I worked with them every day and we lived in the same complex and we didn't talk about personal shit for 4 weeks, bruh, like that's when I realized I hold grudges. Like, because we did work shit together. We talked about work all the time. But if we ever talked about anything personal, I just disappeared or I just wouldn't conversate. Like, it was just what it was, man. And that's when I knew. I was like, damn. Because it takes a special Herculean effort to see somebody every day and never say, like, how's your day?
I don't agree with that. I think somebody that is like fluent in petty, I think it's kind of easy.
Well,
It
but
becomes
once
easy
again,
to you.
But I'm not fluent and petty, and I can do that.
but see, that's the whole
I ain't
thing.
got to fuck with you at all. I'm just
Yeah, that's
just
the whole thing. Right?
But
That's
now I'm wondering, is that being petty or is that just being
That-
true?
and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't do it because I'm petty. I'm actually so transparent. I would kind of say I'm transparent. Like if I don't necessarily like you on a personal level, I just won't even make that. I don't
Well,
even
yeah.
want you to be confused.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
Right. That's not
that-
petty though.
Well, no,
That's what I said. I don't think I'm petty
Yeah.
with it.
But this is the grudge thing. Like, it's a grudge thing. I like, yo, man.
Yeah,
I
that's
like the
true.
way
We
you
can't
talk to me.
conflate the two. We cannot conflate.
Yeah, I don't
That's
like you. So what I'm gonna do is we gonna work together because I ain't got choices. But that don't mean I have to talk to you about anything but work.
Right. I
And
get
it
that.
was very noticeable. And I didn't make it unnoticeable. I just didn't do it.
But you wouldn't say that, because to me, holding a grudge is a lot of energy. Because for me, even though when I get, it's just like it's a lot of energy, man.
So to hold grudges is special because, like, you gotta
Special?
get.
It,
Yeah,
it's went from being cool to special, dog.
That's what I'm
Cool
saying.
to special.
this is my opinion. So, like, you gotta get to a certain place in your feelings and in your mind where, man, I don't give a fuck about you, yo nothing. Like, your world, I don't care about. Like, when you hold a grudge, like that's some next level. I don't want to say hate, but that's some next level. I don't want to fuck with you, because there's I don't want to fuck with you, but then there's like I gotta see your punk ass every day, and I'm definitely not gonna fuck with you then, and that takes work. So yes, I put energy for 4 weeks into that.
Whatever
it
she
right?
said, it must have been bad.
Was it right? Definitely not. Like, hell no. And
Did you ever tell her, say, hey, this is what you did to piss me off?
No, she apologized, and then I started.
What did she
talking to her.
apologize for? She didn't know what she was apologizing for.
Well, I mean, I guess she figured it out. She was a smart person. She knows she said some shit. I mean, because look, man, back that time, I was happy. Like I woke up with a smile on my face, and that wasn't because of a woman. It's just what I was. I was just a happy dude, and like we work with kids, so it's like we always got to be on. And I was on all the time, except when we weren't working and I was around her. I was completely off. And I guess after it took her 4 weeks, probably 3 weeks to figure out something was up, and another week to figure out what the fuck she gonna do about it. Because it's not like she was coming to me asking questions. Because she wasn't, and I wasn't necessarily talking to her. So, you know, she got the gist real quick. Well, not real quick, but she just got the gist. So, like, you know, but that takes energy, man. Grudges take energy. So you got to be a special type of person to
Agreed.
to one, do it, and then two, that shit's got to put you on a level that you're not on, because, bro, I mean, it takes energy. That's special, you know. Now, I'm also not gonna lie. I am that type of dude who sometimes will revel in my hate. You know, man, it was a great day not talking to her. Shit felt great. I ain't going in front. There's sometimes I said that, you know, because sometimes you gotta take account of what's going on. Like if you did some real good ignoring shit, yeah, man. I mean, there's a talent.
So you're rating your level of ignoring?
I mean, back then when that's the part of the petty. That's the petty part. Because, you know, like, because, man, once again, it takes a special Herculean effort sometimes. Just like if you really hate somebody and you're overly nice to them, bro, that's like special. Like, you got to do work for that. And then to make it look so obvious that you don't like this person, that you're so nice to them, you're overdoing it. Like you're adding the extra, you know, exclamation point for absolutely no reason. And it just feels off to everybody. That's when you got talent. And I realized back then I had talents. I don't like using those talents though, because it takes a lot of energy. I'm just too old for that shit. I'd just rather not talk to you. That's just me though. So yes, to answer my question, old black dudes. Yeah, man. It's not worth it until it is. You know? And that's why a lot of old black dudes, just like Moby said, man, they quiet until you decide you want to hit that button. And next thing you know, damn volcano that opened up and you didn't realize what you got yourself into. Feed that motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. Whoa, I didn't know. I just asked you about what type of cheese you liked. Like, what the fuck? Like, so yeah. Awesome. So, you know, AG, what's on your mind, man?
Well, actually, since we're on this holding grudges and petty thing, it leads me to canceling people.
Uh-oh.
And, you know, I just have to admit that I'm not consistent with this. And I think that there are some things that I'm willing to let go based on who it is. Sometimes I just cut people off. It's like, you know, whatever. And other times it's like the same type of person, I can't do it or don't do it. And I don't know why that is. Because I was on Pinterest one day and a guitar player I've been following for decades at this point. There was a cover, and maybe I didn't notice it when I was a kid, but there was a cover he was on where one of his guitars had a rebel flag on it. And I instantly was like, okay, I gotta research this. And there are some leanings there. There's some right leaning politics there. There's some other stuff or whatever. And I was like, man, that's just disappointing. But every time I hear Ozzy Osbourne, I'm like, that dude is still fire. But it's like, I'm the same dude not going to Target. I am so inconsistent. How can I be the same person? I'm not going to Target, but Zakk Wylde is okay.
Are we still boycotting Target, by the way? I don't know if we had stopped.
My wife is. She stopped putting Target a year. I mean, but anyway, it's just like, I'm like, and the same thing happened again. Another guitar player I really like from Pantera. It's just like,
bro, Pantera, really?
What's wrong with Pantera?
I mean, it's Pantera. You didn't just realize they might be like that?
I listen to the music. I don't see a lot of pictures, but when I saw a picture of this particular guitar, I was like, oh goodness.
Yeah.
And again, it's not like I stopped listening to Cowboys from Hell. It was just one of those things where I'm carrying the weight of knowing who you are.
Yeah.
But it's still, I had to question myself because I'm like, you're not consistent with this, man. It's just the same thing people were going through with R. Kelly and Michael Jackson. If you believe Michael Jackson touched them little kids, but you still like off the wall, bruh. If you believe R. Kelly did what he did, which there's so much evidence saying that he did, but you still Chocolate Factory,
You still step to the name of love, baby.
what are we doing? So for me, I'm not judging anybody. I'm judging me. And I just feel like with no solutions, I just feel like I don't know why someone can say something to me and it'd be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not talking to you anymore. And then somebody or somebody I don't know would be like, yeah, I'm through with that. But then the next person is like, it's cool. It's not cool, but but I still consume your content, whatever that is. So I'm not quite sure why I do that, but it's kind of disappointing. And that's what's on my mind. I'm disappointed in myself.
It's okay, man. We're all disappointing ourselves.
Is it
every once in a
though?
while. Yeah. That's the first start of healing.
I mean,
What-
if we're
now that
honest
you
with
realize-
ourselves, if we're honest with actually, AG, greatness affords people forgiveness. It's a lot easier to forgive somebody when they're great at something.
Exactly.
It just is. And I don't know. I'm not saying that makes it right. It just is. I mean, look,
I-
man,
Yes.
I can agree with that.
if you just described who Michael Jordan is to black people and you took away the 6 championships and all that, you just described to black people who Michael Jordan is.
You hate him.
Yeah.
But when you put that shit with the whole 6 championships and all that, it's like, nigga can do no wrong.
I mean, he was stressed. He had to have an outlet. Sure,
Okay.
whatever.
Understood.
We make excuses for
Apparently we do.
yeah.
Oh well, but that's what's on my mind.
It's all good. It's all good. Mo B, man, what's on your mind?
I mean, I guess I gotta do this Hall of Fame shit that you said.
Wow,
yeah,
real-
I wanted to do
Why has it got to do that? Why has it got to be all that Hall of Fame?
because he
shit,
didn't
man?
want to do it last week.
No, it's
Well,
not that I didn't want to
yeah.
do it, AG. See, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with doing it. And I actually had a problem with his Hall of Fame term. And then when he gave his definition for why it was in the Hall of Fame, I actually conceded. I was just like, hey, okay.
Well, first of all,
When he flipped it to this whole side chick thing, calling wifey, that's when I was like, hey,
Okay,
you
yeah,
took it a bridge too far,
Yeah.
man.
yeah. But what I want y'all to do is go back and explain to the people what this is.
So I'll do that. So what we decided to do, what I decided to do, is basically it's called For the Game Hall of Fame. So it's things that happen, things that has happened for the game, right? Like, for instance, last week the word wifey's created for the game. Now the game, as in however you choose to call it, but it's the game. What we do, whatever. So each week, one of us will put something that they feel like is quote unquote for the game in that Hall of Fame. Something that has happened that has added to the game, and whether it's positive or negative, it is what it is, but it deserves Hall of Fame inclusion. All right. So like I did the first one, Moby does this week, you'll do next week, AG. And then we'll go back around. Because I think it's important that the game has many layers. And it's important for someone to explain how the game works. But everybody's game is different. So there are some games that is culturally or virtually, everybody's gonna be like, you know what, you're right. That's solid. We gotta give it its props. Just like wifey, when it's all said and done, we can agree or disagree or how we feel about it. But you know what? It became part of the game because it has been used as such for the game, and that's what we're doing. So hopefully that's an explanation. But as we go through and we add things to the Hall of Fame, it's going to be easy to understand what it's about, obviously. So, Mo B, I'll return it back to you. So, what are we entering in the Hall of Fame today?
All right,
I'm excited.
No, you can be excited, but it's good, bad, indifferent. I like how you express that, good, bad, indifferent, because this entrance into the Hall of Fame is a phrase or terminology, but I'm going to tell you why I want to enter it into the Hall of Fame, good, bad, or indifferent, because it's had so many cultural effects, good, bad, or indifferent, and honestly, it's to give the person who termed it a little bit of shine himself. So, to give background, and I'm not trying to just be dramatic with the story, but I do want to give some background to it. So, I heard a lady in the store a couple days ago use a phrase, and I will describe the two ladies. It was probably a 20-year-old white woman talking to another like early 20-ish white woman, and she used the statement that is going to enter the Hall of Fame. And the reason it struck a chord with me is because I was just thinking, man, I know they don't know where this phrase came from. I know they don't know why it came up. I know they can't tell me, they can't point to a moment when it happened, but I can point to this moment and I can express so many things, good, bad, or indifferent, that have happened in the world since it. So I will go back to the infancy of this. So in December of 2001, when our country was reeling after 9/11, we're just a few months after that, there was a company that a lot of white people would not understand when I say there was a company named FUBU. And what you don't know, FUBU meant for you and for us by us. Well, this has nothing to do with FUBU, Ruben. It's a background.
I know.
So, FUBU released an album. And on this album, one of the hit songs that came out in December was featuring Ludacris, Keith Murray. And there's a rap line in the song that it just should be in the Hall of Fame because of what this phrase has done since. Keith Murray said, "Goodness gracious, Lord have mercy, you got a badunkadunk."
Is that where that came from?
Yes, that's where it came from.
Goodness,
That is awesome.
There's a line, Keith Murray, "Goodness gracious, Lord have mercy, you got a badunkadunk."
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
as I'm in the store and I hear this 20-some-year-old white girl talking to this other girl, get that badunkadunk out my way. I was like, oh my God. You bitches weren't even alive when this phrase came out. You don't have any idea the code. This was made on an album made by For Us By Us, and you two white chicks are saying badunkadunk. If you ask anybody what the phrase badunkadunk, they know what it means. It means large book. Like, and you gotta understand, the song was called Fatty Girl. And said, "Goodness gracious, Lord have mercy, you got a badunkadunk." And good, bad, or indifferent, this phrase has crossed the cultural spectrum. And if you want to think about it, in this video, I went back and watched the video the other day, and I realized it was just a whole bunch of regular size ass just shaking in the video. And I'm like, but ever since then, women have been on a quest to have this booty that would have this type of reaction from a guy, which is probably the infancy of BBLs, if you want to think about it. Women have been chasing the Keith Murray reaction that he had in this song where he said, "Goodness gracious, Lord have mercy, you got a badunkadunk." Girl, don't hurt nobody. Like, and I just gotta say, man, like if that doesn't deserve to be in the For the Game Hall of Fame, I don't know what does.
I love it. I love it.
25 years later, you can find any white woman referring to a large gluteus maximus as a badunkadunk, and this chick don't know where the fuck it came from. She don't know where this came from.
Goddamn Keith Murray.
I was there. I was there. The song's called Fatty Girl.
I love it. I love it.
What we needed after seeing the Twin Towers go, after seeing 9/11, we needed something to unite us. And every guy could feel united in that reaction because was Badunka Dunk a word? Fuck no. Did every guy understand what he was saying? Absolutely. Hall of Fame worthy.
I agree. There's a Hall of Fame. That's awesome. That's awesome. AG comments?
None. That was brilliant. I think the most brilliant part is he went all Ken Burns with it and gave us history. But I was like, wow.
The man looked up the history.
Bruh.
I didn't need. I was there, Ruben. I didn't need to look up the history.
But I'm saying the idea that you understood the lineage of this whole thing, because as far as I was concerned, it was a made up word. Is it an actual word?
You're absolutely right. It is a made up word.
See,
it was made up by Keith Murray on Fatty Girl.
Now it's a legit word. It's in the dictionary. Awesome.
Understood.
Thank you. I love it. I love
that it. That was brilliant, bro. That was brilliant.
I'm so excited for AG. I'm so excited because I'm excited. I got like another one in the pipeline. I love it. Awesome. Hey, did you have anything else, Moby?
No, man. That's it.
Awesome. Does he need to have anything else?
Hey, I'm verifying, man. Verify before moving.
Understood.
So, oh man, what's on my mind? First of all, woo, that badunkadunk lights.
Was the album bad?
The album was awful. That song was dope. The song was dope, but that album was awful.
He said, bro, listen to the FUBU album. Respect.
No, it probably had a few decent songs up there, but no, it's not listening to the album. That was the single. You know what I'm saying? That single came out.
I mean, I know it was a single, but Kebiaka was like, did you listen, bro, listen to the FUBU album in its entirety? That's why I was like, was it bad?
I can confirm I did actually hear that whole album in its entirety. I don't remember. I can't tell you more than 2 songs off of it. I remember that song because it had LL, Keith Murray, and Ludacris. And if in 2001, if you were asking me 3 rappers that I really, really enjoyed at the time, even though LL was fading out of my like, because he had really basically said I'm not his target audience anymore, but I still remembered when I was part of his target audience, so I still liked him. I was really big into Ludacris, did like Ludacris, and Keith Murray. Always had a soft spot for him. I was like, I like Keith Murray.
He was almost there.
Because he was almost there. And here's the thing: he was always making up words. His first single was called "The Most Beautifulest Thing in This World." The most beautifulest thing in this world.
Almost, man. Keith Murray was almost there, man. He was almost there.
Unfortunately, he was with Eric Sermon, and with Eric Sermon, he was always going to make sure you was almost there, not there. He was gonna make sure.
I don't know. Almost that guy is there because he made up a word.
No. I'm giving him his flowers now. I'm giving him his flowers, putting him in the Hall of Fame because I promise you, there are a lot of people who've made references to because that word has been referenced to so many different songs.
That's exactly my point. That's
exactly my point. And a lot of people probably don't know. 2001. That's when the first use of that was in a song.
Mm-hmm.
And and Keith Murray was always going to be second because Eric Sermon always had to be first.
And once again, that's it. Eric Sermon was always going to make sure you weren't quite.
I mean, he's the reason why Redman's not bigger than he is.
Agreed.
So, and that's my Eric Sermon hate for the day. No, man, bro. I didn't
even know we were hating on Eric Sermon.
I'm just saying. No, man.
Eric I don't think that's hate. I think that's just
that's legit.
A statement of fact.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. What did Eric Sermon do?
Bro, he
never did anything, but he's a really good producer, but he never nobody that ever was under his umbrella was ever going to shine.
No.
Because it was and part of that was a financial business thing too by Eric Sermon because he didn't like doing the whole conforming to the rest of the music industry because he was all about business and money and you don't make any money by doing that. And whatever your reasoning is for it, he might be right. I mean, actually, financially, probably is right. But like, it does feel like a lot of people that were around him always suffocated under being almost there, but not quite.
Agreed.
I mean,
Because he
look,
does
man.
talk about how he is kind of like, you know, undercut the system and he's actually making a lot of money. I just didn't know how he was doing it. Now I kind of have an idea because he talks about that a lot. He's got like about 10 or 12 reels. He's talking to
Yeah.
other people about how he makes a lot of money. So, okay.
I mean,
I hear
look, man. It used to be EPMD.
Mhm.
Then, of course, you know, him and Paris broke up, and then unfortunately, the world gave us PMD, and fuck Eric Sermon for that shit.
And
that shit's his
unfortunately,
fault.
no, it was only EMD because Eric was the only one making dollars.
Yeah,
Yeah, Let's go. Well, probably true. So
I'm just saying, man. You know, talk about albums that nobody should ever listen to. PMD, like nobody should ever listen to that, because if he made any money, I'm shocked, and I'm just gonna leave that there. Yeah, because EPMD used to be dope, and then you know,
I will tell you that Eric Sermon, very underrated producer, very underrated, like influences, not just in hip hop. Like he also did a lot of production for a lot of R&B. Like he's part of some L&D classics as far as production. When I say L&D, like some light skinned nigga ballad classics were produced by Eric Sermon. Like so, some Ellen, like there's some Al B. Shore stuff under his track record. Like I mean, just some straight L&B classics, light skinned nigga ballads.
I mean, he felt closer to them because he was a green-eyed bandit. You
but
know?
he was dark skinned though.
Yeah, but because he had the green eyes, he felt he was better than other dark-skinned people
So he ride in the back of the bus with the light skinned people?
all day.
I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
Understood.
I mean, you gotta. Hey, look, in every M&M bag, there's always
Hey
a
look,
chocolate
hey
bar.
look, he identified as light skinned, man.
You know
what
what?
I'm saying? Look, it's all right.
But nah, man. I mean, he had too many decent people under his tutelage that he did not take to the next level properly
Understood.
and ruin careers because of it. Because, I mean, Redman should have been way bigger. Now he made himself big, but he should have been way bigger. Like really. Keith Murray, same thing, man. Should have been way bigger.
Hey
But-
man, Keith Murray's part of the Hall of Fame now. So,
Yeah, that's true. Shout out to Keith Murray. Got it. Shout out to Keith Murray. So, what's on my mind? It's the same thing as always on my mind, man. It's cold as shit out there. Like, bro, sleet. Can
I gotta
June get
remind
it
you
quick enough?
that it's Ruben, it's January, bro.
I
I said,
know.
you do know it's winter. Like, I'm just confused. Like, it's winter.
I know that, man.
It's actually officially winter too. Like it's not.
Yeah. Like, yo, man. I mean, I haven't left my house today. I looked out the window like twice. It was sleeting today, man. I was just like, you know, it's like 30 degrees outside.
It was
I don't want no
raining when
parts
we
of that.
left earlier, and then we got back to the crib, and I looked out my window an hour later, and Winter was like, "It's snowing outside." I was like, "What?" And I looked, and it was snow. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, man. And,
Like, we missed that.
and, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, shout out to the Rams who won in overtime today. Awesome for them. But like, bro, they were playing in like stupid negative weather.
It was snow in both games today.
Yeah,
it was snow
like-
in New England,
Bro, man, all I'm
and
saying
then
is
there's Denver. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, it's gonna be cold. Like this.
I mean, it's sad when Seattle's the warmest place where the two football games are gonna play next week. It's crazy. But with that being said, man, everybody knows I hate snow. And I know that we're getting to that point where snow is gonna exist. I just only hope it melts very quickly. Because it's bad enough that people can't drive in regular weather, much less, you know, with snow on the ground, because Lord knows, snow on the ground, motherfuckers just can't do nothing right. So yeah, it's, you know, if you listen to the show, you know I hate this type of weather. So yeah, that's what's on my mind today. I'm glad I ain't in it, but that don't mean I like it, and I hate it. I actually hate it completely. So, you know, I figure I got about another 45 days before weather gets back to remotely normal. Then it'll just rain all the damn time. And
Okay, Ruben, I just want to remind you, this is January.
normal.
This is entirely normal.
This is normal.
I can't let you go off the rails with this, man.
too late, man. My computer said sleet today, man. I was just like, what? That means we one step away from snow.
We're supposed to get snow next week.
That is a normal winter weather occurrence in many places. So that is normal.
It truly is.
That don't mean I gotta like it, but it is normal.
Man, what if you gotta transfer to like the Midwest somewhere, bro?
First of all, I would not the Midwest. Fuck that. They ain't got enough black people out there for me. I mean, that's not true. It depends what part of the Midwest. Not trying to go to Missouri though, because that's just a little crazy. But like, you know, I mean, I just don't want to go to Florida for obvious reasons. I'm interested in Texas, just some parts of it, you know. But yeah, until any of that happens, I'm in VA, baby. Yeah, and I know what I'm dealing. At least I know what I'm dealing with. So
true.
You know, I bitch, moan, complain, but that's what's on my mind. So that's what it is. So with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on another episode of 5 Minute Warning today. Appreciate you. Also, once again, no shit.
We're just gonna keep pointing in the corner
Yeah.
until you find where the corner is.
Whatever the corner is. So go ahead, scan that QR code for JTD Creations. Join their Facebook. You might be able to win one of those cool Stanleys up there. Me, I don't understand the whole Stanley situation, but people like it. So, hey, I can't win it. So why don't you win it? You know, if you need any type of, hats, clothing, Stanleys, like, you know, firstborn children, you know, done. Hey, man, they can help you out and all that. So definitely give them a holler. They're good people. They do the shirts that we do for our show. They also did a hoodie for me. So it's really dope. I like it. Other than that, you know, tell a friend, tell an enemy, just tell somebody about us. You know, we're here Sunday nights, Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. until we decide we want to get out of here. And today it's going to be in a few seconds. But yeah, thank you, Mo B. Thank you, AG, for joining, for being on the show today. Hey, look, we'll be here next week. We're doing it all over again. And I'm excited for AG's Hall of Fame induction. You know, so come back and definitely listen to that. And if you don't catch us live, please make sure that you catch us either on YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. We're also on Twitch as well. There are many places where you can holler at us and catch us and stuff like that. But until then, until next week, thank you. And as we always do, peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Newsman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Newsman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of
The 5 Minute Warning.